1st of January 2019, Salzburg buys Erling Haaland for $8 million. Manchester City purchases Haaland for $62 million on June 13, 2022. We'll go over each and every step that Haaland has taken to get to this stage in just 3 years, making him one of the most promising attackers in football history. Let's examine more closely at the remarkable actions that brought him to the pinnacle of football. 1. Early life and sporting roots. Let's start on July 21, 2000. The imposing striker, Erling Haaland, was born in Leeds, England, on July 21, 2000. This was the beginning of a path that would lead him to become well known in the football community. Haaland was born into a family that was very involved in sports, thus his future was set. He inherited the genetic makeup of a potential professional athlete from his mother, Grimarita, a Norwegian professional athlete, and father, Alfie, a former right-back for Manchester City. The family's 2004 return to Norway turned out to be a significant turning point in young Haaland's life. After Roy Keane's infamous tackle nearly severed Alfie's leg, the player's trajectory changed, and he suffered a career-ending injury. Alfie's playing career came to an end due to the injury, which also went down in football history as one of the most ridiculous tackles ever made. But Erling's perseverance was sown by this adversity, which inspired him to face upcoming obstacles. 2. Mold and the emergence of the man-child. Fortunately for Alfie, however, his son joined Mold at the age of 16, and Haaland immediately became well known for his enormous stature and toned body, gaining the nickname man-child. And that wasn't the only way he set himself apart from the others. Right from the start, he demonstrated his ability to score goals. Strangely enough, Haaland's season total of goals scored was just 4 more. It appeared as though he needed to modify his style of play.
In an interview about having good people around me, throughout my whole life, having good people that you can trust is even more important nowadays.
Although he showed flashes of his goal-scoring ability on his debut, it took some time for him to get used to Mold's playing style. Yet, through unwavering dedication and relentless training, Haaland found his rhythm and began prolifically finding the back of the net. And that's when manager Ole Solskjaer knew he couldn't hold on to him for much longer. 3. Salzburg move and explosive ascension. Yes, Red Bull. Salzburg paid a meager $8 million to get Haaland's skills in 2019. Although Haaland was pleased with the transfer, he was aware that he still needed to establish his worth. When he asked his teammates how mature he was for a 19-year-old, they all told him. He is a true master of his craft. You can only see him reading a few scientific papers about how to get better sleep or improve his diet while we are out on the town playing cards. Maximilian Wober says, he is constantly searching for the smallest detail that he can improve to take another step forward. In addition to reading, Haaland's favorite pastime was watching Cristiano Ronaldo and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, 2 of his idols. He watched their best moments, day in and day out. So when he got a call from the Norwegian under-20 squad to play at World Cup 2019, he knew exactly what to do. In his first game against Honduras, he didn't score 1, not 2, not 3, but 9 goals, making headlines all over the world. That game was our official introduction to the man-child of Norway. 4. Champions League debut. Heroics. Let's talk about that memorable evening when Haaland made Salzburg's Champions League debut. Everyone was interested to see what this young striker could accomplish on such a huge platform, so it was quite the event. Imagine that Haaland enters the pitch as the game is about to start. He gave off the impression that he owned the home right away.
We wanted to press them high, and I felt we did it, and we had to go out and show that we're a better team, and I also felt we did that. So yeah, it was, as I said, a good win. And
he was essentially unstoppable by the other team's defenders. People quickly realized that something extraordinary was going to happen. Haaland performed with a level of assurance and talent that belied his years. Every time he grabbed the ball, it was as though he knew precisely what to do with it. It was difficult for the defenders to stay up with this Norwegian man-child. He was determined, and it showed. Now this is the thrilling part. Not only 1, 2, or 3 goals were scored by Haaland. Nope, he got 9 points. You think that's crazy? Every objective was strong and precise, like to a piece of art. Everyone was talking about Haaland after the game. Around the world, people were in awe and cheering. It was a historic event, not simply a game. Haaland shot to fame overnight, with everyone talking about him. There was more to this memorable Champions League night than simply a game triumph. It was about Haaland showcasing his abilities to the globe. It turned into a legend that served as a role model for other football players. And Haaland's career was bound for glory after that night. 5. Dortmund commitment and Bundesliga brilliance. Indeed, Haaland's abilities were being recognized on a global scale, and teams such as Manchester United, Chelsea, and Juventus were vying for his signature. That was until Dortmund made an incredible $20 million offer to sign him. However, there's one key promise that needed to be fulfilled before they finally signed on the dotted line. This is something that many people are unaware of. Haaland stated that he would be Dortmund's first-choice striker. If not, he, his father, and his agent Mino Raiola threatened to leave and sign elsewhere. However, Dortmund didn't want that, and after some back and forth, the trainer for Dortmund finally agreed to sign the contract. The real fun starts at that point. He began smashing record after record. Making his debut, he became the first replacement in Bundesliga history to score a hat-trick. That's a great technique to win over fans, damn you.
We saw the potential already against Bayern. Against Liverpool, it was a little bit down. But it will come with games and so on. The passes will come. It should have been more today, yeah.
He soon rose to the top of the Dortmund team's popularity. However, some of that may have come from his amusing interviews. What a gentleman. Everyone at the club noticed his unique build as he rose to fame. He was rated as one of the greatest players the Dortmund coach had ever worked with at the time. He has such power when he goes deep between the two centrals, nobody can stop him. He has made great progress. He is a hard worker with a great mentality and someone who always wants to win. Lucien Favre. And that eagerness to win made him unstoppable at Dortmund. 6. Manchester City move and instant impact. After scoring 86 goals in 89 appearances for Dortmund in May 2022, Haaland's tenure there came to an end, but he already knew which peak he wanted to reach next: Manchester City. This transfer was the talk of the town. Therefore, there were high expectations for Erling, and he had to live up to them. Even at the age of 22, he was being compared to Ronaldo Nazario. In and of itself, the parallel made sense since Haaland was unstoppable in Manchester City. One record after another was broken by him. He's the first player in history to score 3 goals in a row. He became the player with the most goals ever in a Premier League debut, with 15 goals in his first 10 games. The first player for a club to score in both their Champions League and Premier League debuts. After 30 games, the most Champions League goals. He became immensely popular as a result of all these records. And if you check the volume of searches done for him, you can find that he has never been so well known before. 7. Global brand magnetism. Haaland's quick ascent also made him a sought-after personality for prestigious athletic apparel companies like Puma, Adidas, and Nike. Nike, Adidas, and Puma engaged in a heated war to sign him, highlighting his marketability and impact off the pitch as much as on it. The amusing thing about this is that Haaland is having the same kind of fun with them that he does with his rivals on the pitch. During his Manchester City picture shot, he donned Puma footwear. In the off-season, he wore Adidas. And in his opening 2 games, he wore Nike. The 3 largest bootmakers battled for months to get Haaland to put on their shoes when he takes the pitch, but he hasn't decided as of yet. I guess he is waiting for them to make him an offer that he can't refuse. I think it's safe to say that Haaland has already written history in the little 22 years that has been walking around the planet, and he's far from finished. I reckon he is here, or the title of the GOAT. If you enjoyed this crazy story of how a ball boy became a European superstar in less than a decade, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Share this video with your friends and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching.